Hello everyone, and welcome to this powerful entity and attachment clearing. It's been a long time since I did a longer one of these and made it available for free to the public. The last one on YouTube's got well over 10,000 views and lots of comments. So hopefully this will be a bit of an upgraded one for you guys. This is going to be a powerful psychic clearing meditation. So I'm going to connect you in, ground you, get you connected with source, and then I'm going to go into the clearings. I call upon all of my angels, guides, divine light beings to help with the clearings, and I say amen and thank you afterwards. You don't need to repeat my intentions. You can just say amen, thank you, aho, blessed be, or just confirm yes in your head. This just gives permission to my guides to do the clearing and do the work. Some things that you might experience through this clearing: you might experience weird sensations around the body. You might be coughing, burping. If you're really lucky, you might squeeze out a fart. Yawning as well. Some of you might have quite an extreme reaction and feel like you're almost puking air, or even have a physical purge. So you might go to the toilet. In very, very rare cases, I've had a couple of people that have thrown up after one of these sessions, but they obviously just had a lot to clear. So just putting it all out there. Hopefully it will make you feel lighter after the session, and you'll just get a good buzz on. Doing these clearings also really activates your own psychic channel and will increase your connection with your own spirit guides and higher self. This is because we're clearing some serious dense energy, and once the energy is cleared, it lets in more light. So I hope that you are sitting or laying down comfortably. Make sure that you are somewhere you are not disturbed. If you find this clearing powerful, you can check out my one-to-one sessions on my website, along with my Purple Realm community on Patreon, where you get access to thousands of pounds worth of very powerful psychic development sessions and channel sessions for $15 a month. I also have loads of other courses on my website. So I hope you feel this one. Close your eyes now and just get settled down. And I want you to just start by bringing your attention to your body, to your breathing, slowing down your breathing, seeing if you can pull the breath deeper into your body. So imagining that you're breathing all the way down into your pelvic bowl, making sure that you're breathing into the back of your body as well as the front of your body. In society, we can all be very focused on forward movement and breathing into the front of the lungs without breathing into the back of the lungs. So just breathing into your back, into the back of your lungs, helps affirm to your body that the universe has your back and that it's okay to slow down, it's okay to rest. It's also really good for your circulation and your general lung health as well. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in our protection now. So I call in Archangel Michael, our highest astral bodyguards and guardian dragons, for protection on all levels throughout this session. Make sure nothing negative or inappropriate passes between me and anyone taking part in this session in any time, space, reality. Make sure that we use our time for the best of our ability for the most powerful, positive outcome. And I ask that we are cloaked and hidden from any lower vibrational energies, entities, psychic attack, harmful frequencies. We do not consent to anything sabotaging this session or our individual highest timelines. And make sure that everything that happens within and from this session is for the highest good and divine harmony with the most benevolent outcomes. Amen, amen, amen. So just smile and breathe and confirm that. And now I want you to bring your attention down to your root chakra, down to the base of your spine. And I want you to imagine that you're growing roots down into the earth. Now, don't worry if you can't visualize them. If you're someone who feels things, then just imagine and feel sending your roots into the earth. If you are a visual person, you can visualize sending them down and them splitting off into deeper and longer roots. And if you're quite new to this and you're not quite sure if you're able to imagine this, you can just use your intent and sort of say to your root system, say to your body, I'm sending my roots into the earth. And your root system has its own consciousness, so it knows what to do. So you're going to grow your roots nice and deep all the way through the layers of rock and earth and salt and crystal and water. And when you feel like your roots are in the right place, you're going to start to use your breath to pull up energy through these roots. So kind of like you're drinking up water through a straw, you're going to suck and pull this energy through the roots, all the way into the root chakra, all the way up through the spine into the heart. And as you breathe, I want you to breathe your energy back down through your body and into the roots. Now, this in itself is a very powerful grounding technique. And you can do this as a standalone technique anytime you need some grounding or indeed to clear funky energy. So you're going to breathe in beautiful, nourishing, healing energy from the earth into the heart. And you're breathing out any of your stagnant, heavy energy down into the earth. And you're going to keep doing this, and your energy will start to feel lighter and clearer, so that then you're sending all of your love and good energy into the earth as she then bounces it back to you. So when you're sending stagnant energy into the earth, because you're doing it backwards and forwards, she is transmuting it, just like the trees transmute the air that we breathe, and she's sending it back to you as clean energy. So this is actually very good for your health and the health of the earth, because we were never meant to be this separate from the earth. So connecting with her in this way is very powerful. I'm just going to bring in some light language to help you ground and start the clearing off. I just want you to carry on breathing in and out of the earth. Iaratio ora tatia ganga. Mia ara pasatira fasot ora kakaya tandai ishatayak anda akashai itia kokor fasat ira tata. And I'm going to call in Emperor Dragon Suso to please upgrade and update our cosmic root system. So please find, remove and clear any stagnant or broken parts of our root system and repair them if needed, clear them if needed. If there's any clouds of dark chi in our root system or any dark portals that need closing, please assist us with that and do that now. Thank you. And I ask that our root system is strengthened and that our connection with Mother Earth is also strengthened to our highest capacity in this moment. I ask that this strengthening with our connection with Mother Earth continues throughout this session as we clear more density and our capacity for connection increases. And I ask that this happens through all space and time in accordance with highest good. Amen, amen, amen. So just confirm that. You might feel a little change in energy. Nimia ono no mashat ayabatataya kavayak or bashitio kutotocho. Okay, so now we're going to get our connection with the heavens through the crown chakra. So I want you to imagine the crown chakra on the top of your head, and we're going to call in the power, consciousness and energy from Milky Way galaxy way up in space. So I want you to imagine, feel or intend that you are breathing in this beautiful, powerful cosmic star healing energy from Milky Way galaxy pouring down, and it's going to pour through your crown chakra and rain through your auric layers. And you're going to use your breath to pull this through the crown chakra all the way down and into the heart. And then just like we did with the earth, you're going to breathe out and scoof your breath. Yes, scoof is definitely a word now. You're going to shove your breath all the way through the head and kind of squirt the energy back up out of your head and to space, back to Milky Way galaxy. So breathing in and out of the crown chakra in this way, pulling it into the heart, and then breathing it up and back out to the heavens above. I'm going to call in the angels to find, remove and clear any blockages or resistances we have in our crown chakra or third eye at this time that are fully preventing us from connecting with our higher self and with the cosmos, please. And apply these clearings through all incarnations, dimensions, parallel lives, or vibrations and realms, or timelines and fragments of our rainbow self in accordance with highest good. Amen, amen, amen. If you're doing this and you're getting any pain around your head, by the way, it's either energy clearing or it's just a lot of energy coming in. You can take your fingertips and tap around your forehead, around your head. You can also use your hands in a sweeping motion, almost like you've got flies around your head and you're trying to bat them away. This will help clear energy from your auric field around your head. And also, if there's a concentration of energy, it will help spread it out. And now I want you to breathe in simultaneously through your crown and your root. So pulling the energy from heaven and earth simultaneously into the heart, and then breathing out and expand this energy out of the heart. So imagine that you're literally pumping all this love and energy into your heart chakra, and then you're expanding your heart chakra on the out breath. So you should really start to feel a shift in energy with this. Those of you that are working visually, you can imagine that you're expanding this beautiful rainbow portal to source in your heart. If you're working with feeling, then really feel the energy opening, expanding, warming up. And if you're just working with intention, again, just intend that you are breathing the energy in to pump up your heart and then expanding it out. And I want you to keep doing this, cycling through this breath and this technique until you can feel or perceive that you're sitting in a column of light that runs all the way from the heavens down to inner earth. And now I'm just going to start doing some blanket clearances as you're doing that. So angels, guides, divine light beings, please find, remove and clear any clouds of dark chi and close any dark portals anywhere around our physical bodies and the physical space that we're in, as well as our homes, our vehicles that we use, and our places of work. Anywhere else that we frequent on a daily basis or a regular basis that has pockets of dark energy or dark portals that need closing, I also ask that this is done now in accordance with highest good. And I ask that this is applied as a permanent positive change through all incarnations, dimensions, parallel lives, or vibrations and realms, or timelines and fragments of our rainbow self. In accordance with highest good. Amen, amen, amen. Okay. So I want you guys to just keep your awareness now in your body or in your heart as I continue to go through deeper layers of clearing. So calling on angels, guides, divine light beings, and I'm calling upon dragons of the violet order and violet dragon, ultraviolet dragons. Also calling in elementals, earth beings, fairies. Calling in our individual higher selves and inner children to hold space for this. Calling in our ancestors, animal spirit guides, and galactic aspects. Only those who have permission from our higher self have permission to enter our sacred space today. So do this on an individual basis, depending on who is listening to this in what time, space, reality, and their own higher self's permissions. Thank you. Keeping everyone nice and safe. And now I call upon, I'm just going to call all of these guys my team. So I now call upon my team to do a big blanket clearance of what I call the spiritual baggage package. So I would like to find, remove and clear, and I would like help finding, removing, clearing as much as possible without looking at the details, any predatory tech or attachments from the Anunnaki, the reptilians, the Alpha Draconians, the Greys, any witches, wizards, magicians, any warlocks, any werewolves, any darker aspects of unicorns or dragons, all of the entities responsible for any of these things, I ask that they are taken up to the highest court of divine justice and dealt with in accordance with highest good and in accordance with the light, calling on Lord Shiva to assist with this, please, to make sure that we're not getting any sort of comeback or revenge from this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I ask that there is a big blanket clearance on any cords, hooks, any barnacles, any implants, any skull claps, any reverse crowns, any eggs, any spores, any seeds, any spikes, any nets, any clamps, any balls, if I'm removing clear any curses, any vows, any spells, any hexes, any talismans, any runes or reverse light codes, any blood magic, bone magic, black magic, removing clear any nanobots or implants, removing clear any spider bots, remove and clear any artificial intelligence or artificial consciousness that is sabotaging us in any way, remove and clear any astral bugs or parasites, any astral bugs or parasites, particularly astral slugs. I call in the green fairies to remove and extract these and place them in buckets of violet flame. So calling in buckets of violet flame all around us, thank you. Also calling in Alcador to bring in transmutation chambers for anyone that is struggling with transmuting all of this, so that all of this darkness and density can be instantly transmuted. I ask that all of the beings spirits or energies responsible for any of these situations, again, are taken up to the highest court of divine justice, dealt with in accordance with the highest good, in accordance with the light. I ask that any contracts that are anchoring any of these things in are also taken up to the courts of divine justice, and calling in the violet dragons to dissolve and burn these contracts, to completely annul and clear them from our timelines. And I ask that all of this is done as a permanent positive change through all incarnations, dimensions, parallel lives, all vibrations of realms, all timelines and fragments of our rainbow self, in accordance with highest good and divine harmony with the most benevolent outcomes. Amen, amen, amen. Okay, now I'm calling in an angelic ascension team. We're going to do a clearance of any spirits that may be stuck with you and any soul fragments. So calling in a volunteer ascension team, angelic ascension teams. And I ask for a clearance of any spirits and ghost attachments that we may have. So any spirits where we died traumatically in a past life, I ask that these spirits now come up ready for ascension. Any spirits where we killed people or were responsible for other people's death in past lives, I ask that they come up for ascension. Also, any spirits that are attached to us through vows. So, for example, where we lost loved ones, such as romantic partners, parents or children in a past life, and those spirits are stuck with us also, I ask that they come up for ascension. I also ask that any close spirits or people we've lost in this life, so family members, friends, where their spirits have been trapped with us or in our homes or their homes under the false belief that they need to be able to stay close to us, which has led them to being trapped, I also ask that they come up now forward ready for ascension. I also ask that if there is any spirits around your physical environment right now, such as trapped in the land, ley lines or houses, that are able to safely come up for ascension now, I ask that these are also gathered up, please. Calling on the rainbow beings to assist with this. Place a nice big rainbow belt around all of these spirits that need help, please. And I'm asking the angelic ascension team, along with any cherubs, to come forward for any child and baby spirits that need to be ascended, to come down, and I ask that all of these spirits are sent all of the love and healing that they need, that they are sent any apologies and forgiveness that they need, that they are all shown their life from a higher perspective so that they're able to pass over in peace. Please show all of these spirits how much peace they will have on the other side, and if they are stuck in trauma loops or things that are holding them to the earth, or certain vows or false family obligations or beliefs, please show them over the other side how free that they will be, and show them that they can always come back and visit various family members or pass on or even become spirit guides for the people that they're attached to once they're safely passed over and the baggage is cleared. I ask that this all happens and that they are all reunited with family members, animals or light beings that they most recognise on the other side. And for the children and baby spirits, make sure that they're reunited with family or whoever can look after them best. Make sure that they can see how fun it is on the other side. Plenty of toys and unicorns to ride on and dragons and all of that stuff. And now I ask that all of these spirits are ascended and laid to peace, please. And I ask that all of their baggage is completely cleared from all these situations, from the individual people, from the land, from the buildings, and that this is applied as a permanent positive change through all incarnations, dimensions, parallel lives, all vibrations of realms, all timelines and fragments of our rainbow self, in accordance with highest good and divine harmony, the most benevolent outcome. Amen, amen, amen. So some of you might feel some emotion move through you as that happens. You might feel or see lights, just allowing that to clear. And I ask that that clearing continues as we now move on to soul fragments. So calling on an ascension team to now clear and bring forth any of our soul fragments that are ready for healing and liberation or integration. And I ask as much as possible, the ones that we don't have to look at the details, that all these soul fragments come up. First of all, any soul fragments that can be cleared and liberated now, I ask that they are updated to their highest divine blueprint, that they are completely cleared of all baggage, that they're sent all the love and healing that they need, and that they are passed through any ascension chambers needed onto the great oversoul or where they're needed most. And I ask that this is applied through all space and time. Thank you. Amen, amen, amen. Any fragments that are able to be healed and returned to us in this moment, again without looking at the details, I ask that they are sent all the loving healing that they need, again updated and rebalanced to their highest divine blueprint, and then they are allowed to come back to us. So if you just give permission for these soul fragments to come back to you, I ask that any fragments that are being returned to people in any time, space, reality pass through an invisible magic barrier that cleanses them of all attachments and all human baggage, so that they can come back and be the highest version of that aspect. And I ask that these fragments are integrated as easy as possible. In accordance with highest good. And again, apply this through all incarnations, dimensions, parallel lives, or vibrations, realms, or timelines and fragments of our rainbow self, as well as the cleared fragments. Now, any of the timelines that we've cleared fragments from now that are ready to be collapsed, that are not an important part of our journey, that are just unnecessary karmic baggage laying around, I call upon my time bending friends and all the time lords, along with the timekeeping dragons. I call upon Roth, I call upon grandfather time, and I call upon the dragons of the Violet Order to assist in this now. Bring up all of these unnecessary timelines now, and I ask that these are all collapsed, closed, cleared, dissolved, with any golden threads that are needed come and wove into our one true timeline in this life, and that this happens as much as possible without interfering in any negative way with the karma that it's important for us to move through. So there's a lot of karmic baggage that we just don't need to play around with anymore, but there still are some things that it's in your highest good to experience in this lifetime, so we don't want to mess around with any of that. So we ask for this to be handed up to the divine, thank you, thank you, thank you, and our higher selves to discern. And I ask that this is put in place again through all incarnations, dimensions, parallel lives, vibrations and realms, or timelines and fragments of our rainbow self, in accordance with highest good. Amen, amen, amen. Siada no coravea maho, Shietoreta, Kiar sat shir sitia over osotoyakabaya, Ondonana shitia vaya kongo shiatayaka, Imiam onomoshon umocho, Imiama amama, Imia mama ea konkuba ishiato. Okay, and now to finish up with, although this is primarily a clearing, as with everything I do, I want you guys to have the maximum experience that you can, and to be clearing maximum density and calling back maximum power. So we're now just going to call back any soul fragments, any galactic aspects or soul fragments from your oversoul or wider soul's matrix that are ready to easily be returned to you now that we've cleared space. And I ask that everyone who is having soul fragments returned to them is placed into the chamber of oneness, or into the soul fragment retrieval chamber. Again, calling on everyone's individual higher selves to use discernment on where they need to be. And when they are in place in these various energetic spaces and containers, I then welcome these aspects to come back. So if you just give permission for this, guys, you may get flash images or intuitions or feelings of different beings and energies coming through. Some may be human, a lot of them will not. You might get fairies, dragons, extraterrestrials, all of that good stuff. So we are again affirming that only those aspects that are fully healed and updated to their highest divine blueprint, that are ready for our soul to rejoin with and to ready to re-merge with us right now are the ones that come back. And if you give permission for this, they will now come in and merge with you. A little mass soul retrieval. And I ask again that all of these aspects pass through an invisible magic barrier, clearing any baggage on the way through. And I ask that the integration of these aspects is as gentle and swift as possible. And I ask that any gifts, skills or abilities that are coming online are either illuminated to everyone now in this moment through the meditation. So guys, you can ask for any clarity on gifts, skills and abilities coming back. If they're not able to show you in this moment, then I ask that these come through with clarity over the coming days and weeks, and that everything, of course, in accordance with highest good. And I ask that this is applied through all incarnations, dimensions, parallel lives, or vibrations and realms, all timelines and fragments of our rainbow self in accordance with highest good and divine harmony with the most benevolent outcome. Amen, amen, amen. So just allowing all of these energies now. You might have a lot going on, and we are now going to start to close down this powerful session. So asking that any portals that opened up during this session are now closed. Any cords that formed between me and anyone taking part in this session in any time-space reality are lovingly removed and cleared. That all of my energy returns back to me and my higher self, and anyone taking part, that their energy returns back to them. That we are fully anchored and grounded now back into our physical body, into this present moment. Please realign our subtle bodies and energetic systems and allow us to have complete clarity for the rest of the day. Thank you, all of the angels, guides, divine light beings, dragons that assisted us, all the beautiful energies. And thank you everyone for taking part in this. In doing these clearings in yourself, you're doing so much to help the earth clear, to help the ley lines clear. It really, really is important to focus on your own journey and just do the work regularly. So you can slowly start to come back now, just wiggling your fingers and toes, coming back into the space. You will need to drink a lot of water throughout the day. Some of you might just want to take a nap now, or even go into journeying. If that's something that you want to do, you can use this session for that. Maybe turn over and put some music on YouTube, some shamanic drumming or frequencies. You might want to get up and have a little journal or go for a nature walk. Just be gentle with yourself, especially if you had a very big purge reaction. Share this clearing with your friends and family, anyone that needs it, and be sure to check out all my links below if you're interested in working with me further. I'm sending you so much love.